Start off, Katie? She literally just okay. Let's see. Last session we began at the compound. Bradford. We did a couple of last-minute things before we headed out. Bradford rounded up everyone and brought them to the barracks, the old barracks, and told everyone of this crazy idea he has about the trident and attempting to attune to it, or rather gain mastery over it. But in order to do so, we would have to tame the presence inside it, which is a dragon. Fragment of a dragon, or who knows the history on it. Honestly, Sister Rita probably... She has a Legend Lore spell, so she probably could do that. Regardless, we would need to conjure it in order to defeat it. And everyone's like, that sounds crazy. So when are we doing it? Because we gotta leave to go back to our actual mission soon enough. So we put that on the priority list. Erica was listening in. Apparently she had her own reservations, but immediately turned face on that and agreed immediately to help when she realized that a Hydra has deadly poisons that she could grab samples from. We rounded up, we had Doran, Briggy, Erica. I think that's it, right? We just brought those are the only people in the upper class on site. And we also brought Naya, Mule, Jax, Captain Alistane, and Emeria. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, Dragon Soul, Emeria. And went to the swamp, as that would be the best place to conjure a swamp-dwelling Hydra. Bradford cast the trident into the swamp, and this massive monstrosity, this motherfucker with only 3 heads and distinctively missing a 4th, manifested, and we threw down. Just for your reference, Jordan, it wasn't like a combat, it was like a narrative combat. Because if it was a combat, then things probably would have started going very, very poorly. But don't worry, even though the narrative combat, a lot of damage was still thrown around, as you could see in all the numbers if you scroll up. A lot of cool moments happened. Too many that I think it would not be a concise recap if we dug into them. But hey, go watch the VOD. But at the end of it all, the Trident's soul fragment, dragon fragment, whatever you want to call it, was quelled. And then Bradford's token is now lore accurate, because he does have... Well, it's not a trident anymore, is it, right? It's a quadrant or something like that.
It's a pitchfork.
It's a pitchfork.
Yeah, immediately after pointing out that it was now lore accurate, it's like, no, it's not, because I now have to edit the art.
It's not technically a pitchfork, right? Because I imagine... Unless you tell me otherwise, though. Because it should be... The middle pieces are longer than the side pieces, right?
What is a 4-pronged trident? Because a 5-pronged...
I have seen...
The precedent for 4-pronged tridents is there a circle split down the middle. If we're looking at tribal stuff, like Maori and stuff like that. So it's not like wide. It's like centralized, but it's your call to make.
I'm just hearing 4-pronged spear. That's all I'm seeing. Or frog spear.
Frog spear.
That was a frog spear.
Yeah.
That's
way less.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, huh. Big frog spear.
Anyways, just get to like level 13, and then it could be a pentadent.
Okay, cool.
Now?
Easy. Pentadent. Trident, penta, 5. Pentadent. So it will. The tips will scale off proficiency. Just get to 6, and then it's a hexadent.
Easy.
So yeah, we gained custody over the trident, and I feel like some other stuff did happen afterwards, but
yeah, something specifically that Captain Hossein said was this technically counts as groundbreaking information, which Bradford meets other criteria could put him in line to be a captain.
Which was not at all something he thought of. It was something that Garth was kind of thinking of, because it's just like, this is unprecedented. So, we'll see what happens with that.
Just gotta fulfill the remaining, 3-4 requirements?
I'll ask what those are at a different point. Because we're still doing recap. After that, we ended up parting ways with pretty much everyone besides our upper class, or everyone besides the PCs, and Quentin, who wants...
I remember what happened now, yeah. Quentin asked to come along to our Lake Miriop.
Like a crazy insane man. We, of course, said yes.
It's an understandable concern.
It reminds me of two moments. One, where Clint had Jax memorize all the colors he could see and try to channel them, to which he attempted to, and then got violently beat down.
But he didn't die. I think.
No, he just was immediately sent into unconsciousness.
No, he's a half-orc, right?
Yeah.
That means he has relentless endurance. So even if he just took 1,000 damage, he would still stand at 1 HP.
Just how I
What a
bought
cat.
Tax Collector in Boulder Day 3 the first time. Took like 6,200 damage.
The gold bitch, the one that's
Yeah.
like, give me money. Oh, God. Hey, it works. But yeah, Quentin requested to come along with us because he, I guess, is feeling like he's getting lapped. He's getting left behind compared to all the other class members that have come with us on field trips, so to speak, and have gotten stronger from it. I mean, I think Zoe's the more obvious one.
Yeah.
So it's an understandable concern.
Speaking of underclass, did we mention the reason there's a giant reptile here aside from the other giant reptile?
No.
Yeah.
You want to take that piece and run with it?
Yeah, I'll mention that because it was sick. Naya, kind of was staying out of the fight for the majority of it, and at the not last minute, but at the climax of everything, fucking summoned what was it called? A great deep serpent.
The Deep Serpent, yeah.
The deep serpent, not a great deep serpent. The deep serpent, which ended up helping with the fight, and for the climactic finish on said fight, ended up lifting Bradford up, launching him in the air, and let him stab down on top of the Hydra, which was cool as hell.
Probably one of my favorite moments.
But yeah, she also was able to cast the eruption spell that Bradford just recently learned. Because, well, I feel she had a lot of influence and drive to figure it out. He's so proud of her. I'm so proud of this girl. This girl's so cool. Yeah, that was the. I think that's it for the Hydra fight stuff.
Again, like, everyone had cool moments.
Everyone had sick moments.
It would be.
We'd be here for an hour.
It would be one whole episode on your VOD for the recap alone. if we went deep diving on it.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Quentin.
Quentin requested to come with us. We were heading out back to the Lake Miri Theater of Operation. And what a fuck... Well, I guess it earns its name Theater, considering how many ops we've had in it. On the way there, Clint's not familiar, but it's basically familiar at this point. The bird that the Gilded Edict can make spotted some Huatichi warriors chasing another warrior. It was two eagle warriors, two plant-based jaguars to appease Alec, and then a jaguar warrior as well. I believe that was the number 1, 2, and 2. And they were chasing another jaguar warrior. Now I'm pronouncing it like the Brits do. I'm pronouncing it like they pronounce on Top Gear. But this one was this Jag warrior that we saw was the same. Maybe it's not the same exact one, but of a similar type as the one we saw near Lake Miri, with the hypernatural Jag. So we intercepted, made him invisible, and got jumped by these plant-based Jags, and managed to fend them off, do enough damage that they decided that we're not easy prey and aren't worth the effort. Quentin got did he get one shot? One
He's down to
turn?
3, yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't die or drop, so that's important.
You got maimed or mauled.
He got mauled, yeah. He got pounced, I think is the...
He got enough that his response was windmilling.
Yes. Afterwards, we talked to our new Hwatichi friend, whose name is Kawamenzo?
No, it's fine.
Which one's Kawamenzo? Am I stupid? Oh, Kawamenzo is the weapon, right?
Cool Menzo is the closest thing to...
Oh,
Friend.
ally.
Yeah.
Friend, yeah. Got those flipped. Yeah, so we met our man Isfan, and he's looking for Donner. We ditched the rings. Jericho walked off of our rings under the pretenses of scouting, and to make it not seem like we just went radio silent and suspicious. And we talked to Isfan about what he's doing here, and why is he looking for Donner, and sent him on his merry way after we got a little bit of insights about the Hwatichi as well as who he is. And he has a black mark upon him, which is his mark of destiny, which he might be our ticket into the bottom of the pitch black pit that is the centerpiece of the Hwatichi Empire. Maybe. But regardless, he needs to debrief with Donner. And off away he went. He did give a bit of a stealthy blessing. I think it was to Clint, but it's like a 20-foot radius, so it doesn't matter. As long as we all huddle together tight enough, then we all get advantage on stealth checks on our return back to Lake Miri. And then that does have a nasty wombo combo of pacifier trace.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Cleo did trade a knife, a blade, with Isfan, and Quint asked, which is why the word Komenzo is there. Quint asked, what is the Hwatichi word for a friend? Which Isfan is like, we don't exactly have friends in the Hwatichi, but the closest thing is Komenzo, which is like ally. The Hwatichi feels very drow society. I don't know why, from the lack of word for friend. That's just me though.
That's kind of true, yeah.
That's crazy. It's crazy. He also did comment that Sycusian is a language that transcends or ascends beyond everyone, all the nations. So it's something that is like a lingua franca. It's like a universal language that's touched multiple parts of the world. So
yeah,
might be
wasn't
handy.
it like in the context of it's in the way of like people unifying or like communicating? There's something like that.
Yeah, their language came from Sycusian, as well as your language came from Sycusian.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's to put it in real world equivalents, it's Latin. Or if we want to go even further back, it would be Assyrian. So that's fun. And then we continued on our merry way to Lake Miri, or our Lake Miri forward operating base, with Quentin in tow, and he's thoroughly confused about how things work out in the field, which makes me wonder who was Quentin's trainer for his specialized training. Like,
Some
do we know that?
To the base.
Yeah, it's just a homeless guy. When we came back, us as players were like joking, like, watch as we come back, and then they tell us there's a problem. Anyways, in game we come back, and Lucky looks at us and goes, "We have a problem." So we get to unpack what that is now.
Yeah, anything else?